Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Academy Futurae. Say hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Cool. Sorry, we're starting a little late. We started talking about Columbo and how cool he is, so we kind of hyper-focused on that for a little bit. Watch Columbo, guys. It's actually real good.
Or
But
hell,
anyway.
even watch all of the billion clips that are on the Columbo YouTube channel.
Exactly. Anyways, last we left off, our team of students brought back their ingredients and charged stones from the strength and death wards, right?
Yes.
The
Cool.
Death and Straight Words, yep.
Yeah. And brought them to Grand Alchemist Finn in an attempt to hopefully cure what ails poor Emil, who is still green and very sick. And through Finn's attempted treatment, it turns out that maybe that wasn't the right idea, because it seemed like Emil was resisting the treatment so strongly, in fact, that it made the backlash of him resisting it caused the stones to shatter. And Finn, not knowing what else to do, was trying still to force Emil to sit still for treatments, and Emil eventually exploded and kind of shouted at him for the first time
Verbally.
in his life. Yeah.
Verbally exploded. We
We-
need to clarify that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Emil, we kind of do have to clarify that.
Exactly.
He ain't dead yet.
He ain't dead yet.
Verbally, the 50K guy.
No.
Ow.
But yeah, so Emil pretty much being like, buddy, dad, we're tired. Just let me fucking sleep, man. Come on. And eventually Finn acquiesced, and Emil was able to go to his actual bedroom in the tower. And Finn was at a loss of what to do, and got his door kicked down by his friend and compatriot, the Prime Minister of Cicello, Miss Ingrid. I forgot her last name. It's written somewhere, but you know
Amber
her. She's
Pike.
cool. Yeah, she's cool.
I remember from last time.
Yeah, I
She was
have notes, but
totally not Finn's girlfriend.
but yeah, Finn apologized to her about his recent actions, and she relented, but did say that he would have to make a public appearance and explain himself, literally tomorrow morning, and he agreed. But he himself also was tired and went to bed and asked Ingrid to set you all up in the nicest hotel in Cicello in the Lovers' Ward. Sorry, I got distracted reading something. Derailed. Okay, you made it to Lovers' War, where you met a cute little kobold helper named Junon, and on your party bus ride tour back to the hotel, you got a kind of awkward conversation about how politics in Drac can be just as cutthroat as everywhere else.
In other
Yeah.
words, it was all Juju's fault.
Aw.
Also,
But-
what is it with the clutch and the green sector? I feel like they're kind of...
Kind of honed in on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe grudges or something. You're gonna go Draxton pretty soon anyway, so maybe you'll find out that way.
Yeah.
But until then, you got seated in a ritzy hotel. You got to have some fun in the evening with Fran and Juju, essentially going on a date to a carnival, eating disgusting, greasy fried food, riding thrill rides, and passing out in the process.
God.
And what was the last thing you did?
We tossed weapons at a target. And
Yeah.
Technically, Juju did it better, but not within the rules.
Yeah, and you gave Juju a dragon plushie that he's like, I'm not sure how to feel about this, but alright. But, and then Traylon and Crudez had a spa day. Yas.
Yes.
Yas. Fine. Get them deep tissue massages, those artificial hot springs. the nice snacks.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Yum, 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 yum.
And then you met back up, and I think you conversed for a little bit, right?
We talked a little bit. Juju admitted that he's a little sub.
Hey,
He did, yeah.
good for him.
He's like, just in case I die, I want you all to know.
Just in case you all, because in case I die, I want you all to know I'm a bottom bitch.
Pretty much.
For ladies.
And
Or a special
gentlemen.
lady.
And gentlemen.
I can attest to that.
Hey.
Hey.
For more background on that, please go to archive of our own / forward.
I don't think that part is on there yet.
There's a lot of stuff that I've done with John that I need to like actually put into a Word document and post.
Eh,
Same.
one at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so from there we will pick up at a particular part as we will jump to like you've all gone to bed and have slept in these very wonderful, comfortable beds. Excuse you. We will start with Traylon actually.
Oh god.
You can change the music, John.
Alright.
So, on this night of all nights, what is something Traylon would dream about?
Fuck. I may need a roll on that, given what happened. Essentially,
He had a
a busy day.
he had a pretty busy day yesterday.
I'm just gonna roll a d20. If it's high, it's good. If it's low, it's bad.
Gotcha.
Okay, 15.
Alright.
Traylon, after detoxing at the spa, I think Traylon is gone to his happy place in a sense. Middle ground.
where's-
Middle ground. He's basically in his workshop, essentially,
Yeah.
tinkering away, doing plans that he probably will half remember, but will remember to like, oh hey, that's a cool idea. I should do that.
He has to like sprint for his dream journal to like write it down before he forgets.
Exactly. Always thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, after the tough day and the de-stressing of the spa, it is a calm place for Traylon in his mind. Is it like his workshop at the academy, or back at back at home in Radiara, or?
Actually, back at home.
Aw.
I mean, he's got over 100 years worth of, tinkering in that place, so that would have a little bit more,
This is true.
have a little more sentimental.
Yeah. The room is in perfect clarity. You see the work desk that you had to prop up one of the legs so it wouldn't wobble. You see the cracks in the house that you've repaired over and over again. The ever-present smell of coal dust and other mining equipment from outside.
It's a wonder we haven't all died of black lung by now.
Restoration magic is a wonderful thing.
Exactly.
But as Traylon relaxes in his dream, he hears a knock at his bedroom door.
Gonna look up and like, okay, that's weird. I usually don't have visitors in my dream. No, I guess go over and open it. This is a very weirdly vivid dream.
As the door opens, you see a dark, cloaked figure standing in the doorway, staring down at you, its face obscured.
I have one question.
Yes.
This is Traylon saying it out loud.
Oh, okay. It acknowledges you.
Are we back at it freaky, or is this something else?
Shall I?
do you wanna- yeah, go ahead.
Alright. You see the figure immediately pull down the hood, and it's Emil.
Oh,
He takes off the rest of the cloak. Sorry, I just wanted to talk is all. You see him sort of like remove the rest of his cloak, and he's wearing full-blown pajamas on, with like various different magic sigils decorated across them, and underneath the cloak that he was wearing. You notice that his skin is like perfectly clear, and he has a lot more energy in this dream than he is having in real life.
I mean, I didn't know you could cast magic like this.
Yeah. Above table, I realized that there were 4 different So, funny story about this. So, when we were writing notes, Jesse asked me, hey, does Emil know Dream? And I said, no, but we can handwave that he does. And then I looked at Ashin D&D Beyond, and I realized that there were 4 spells he should have learned in the past 2 level ups that I didn't add, so he does now.
It does
Yeah.
now. He could
Wizard.
have also like found a scroll. He found a scroll at his dad's house and copied it.
Exactly, yeah.
But go on.
Yeah, I usually don't. This is the first time I'm using this.
Well, I'm glad you caught me at a good time.
I was hoping I would. I would have just left if I saw it was like something else. He goes ahead and walks inside. Sorry, can I sit down over there?
Oh,
He
go ahead.
looks at like yeah. He sits down and he's clearly kind of embarrassed about, you know, being here, and also the fact that he's having to come to you for this. And he says, so I guess I just wanted to ask you for advice on something.
Oh, go on, lad.
Well, it's like this. I don't know you like your other friends do, but from what I've heard from people your friends, you argue with your family a lot? Like, you're angry with them a lot, or is it just your brother? Sorry, I don't know the details.
Oh, well, I mean, it's mostly my brother, but I wouldn't be I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't maybe butt heads with my family every once in a while. I love
Okay,
them. I love them to death, but I don't know. Sometimes I need to make sure that my voice is heard.
Okay, good. This isn't awkward anymore then. Okay. What I'm getting at is this. Last night, well, you saw me last night. That was the first time I've ever really gotten angry at my dad. I never really thought about it before, but he really did keep me hidden from the whole world. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't regret going along with it. He has his reasons for keeping me a secret, but the more I thought about it, I just realized I really missed out. Like, I got to meet you, Crudez, Fran, Dougie, Sorie, Righty, and all the other guys and girls in the Purple House. I even value Daichi, even if he's, like, dismissive of everyone.
Why?
There's
Well,
something there.
there's something there. Even if he doesn't want to admit it.
Maybe he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah.
Give him
Yeah.
a season or two. He'll get better character moments.
He has to have his trauma first.
Let him cook. And then, you know, there's Hamid, who, if I'm gonna be honest, he makes me wish I had, like, a brother or sister, because he's the closest thing I ever had to one. Sorry, I'm beginning to ramble in your dream of all places. But I guess what I'm trying to ask is, when you get mad at your family, how do you make up with them?
Well, I suppose with me family, we just kind of shout at each other, and then we just kind of move on. We say our sorry, and we show respect to who, don't get me wrong. I'll shout and cuss at me brother and my dad all day long, but you put respect on your mother. But I guess
I mean, I don't really have one, but I understand.
my point is, when it comes to you and your father, this is very clearly a unique dynamic. You are valid in your anger. It is okay for it to be heard. And I'm sure that your father loves you enough to where he will want to hear it. It'll be hard, it'll be messy, and it'll be awkward. But you need to have faith that your love will outweigh the anger.
You see him sort of like looking down at the ground as you're saying all of this, even though he's like way taller than you are. He wasn't
Sorry.
lying when he says, like, this never really happened between them before, so this is kind of like a brand new experience.
New ground.
I mean, there's a first for everything. I mean, when you really think about it, I had a theory of why you weren't able to connect with your father.
You mean psychically?
Hey, you're becoming your own person. And this is officially the first step. That, or there's some other outward force that's afflicting it, and I'm just talking out my ass, but I like to think that you being your own person and not just his homunculus is a branch for independence.
I like that differentiation there. Homunculus.
Homunculus?
Yeah. The
That took me a
portmanteau.
moment.
Human homunculus. Yeah,
But
sorry.
yeah, Emil will sigh and say, I don't know if you're right about that, but in case it is, not sure how I feel about that. I mean, when I first got to the academy, he would never shut up about the little things. He kind of helicoptered parented me. That's what it's called, right?
Aye.
This helicopter sure exists in this world.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
He flying carpeted you a lot.
Yeah, he flies. Yeah.
Hovered
You
over
know
you
what
a
that
lot.
is, right?
Yeah.
For like 3 months, I couldn't go an entire class without him butting in on the psychic hotline, just asking me just the most basic of stuff, like, did I eat breakfast? Am I, getting enough sleep? Just the usual stuff. It was a lot easier for him to make sure that I had all this stuff when I was at the tower.
Well, you can't really blame him. He's your dad. And
He is.
And no matter
That's
what,
quite-
no matter how old you get or how far away, he's going to worry about you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm conflicted. I both don't regret and wish I didn't yell at him. That's never really happened to me before. I don't really get angry at things.
Well,
I
to be fair, you had one hell of a day. Like, we made you fight while you were sick. You've been sick for a while. And you kept getting woken up and having to get medicine. At some point, you just gotta let sleeping dogs lie.
I guess you're right. Not much I could do about that. You see him, like, he looks really sad just thinking about everything, because it's like, you know for a fact that it's like, Emil's not the kind of person to just get, like, mad like that.
Tell you what. Tomorrow, when you wake up, just talk to him. Ask him to sit down and, just talk for 5 seconds. Let him know how you feel. Let him know your reason why you shouted, and let him know that you do feel sorry for that. But you're sorry for shouting, but you're not sorry for what you said.
I'll do it, but it'll probably have to be a brief conversation, because there's another reason I'm here. So, my dad, tomorrow, is going to make a public address, sort of clearing the air as to why all the wards have been on lockdown, public apology, that sort of thing. And while he's away, I want to do something with you guys.
Oh? Well, what's that?
Well, go to another ward. See, I didn't think about it until I was going to sleep, but I think I have an idea of who might be able to help me. I mean, it's a long shot, but I'm willing to try anything.
So,
Yeah?
so what you're saying is, you want me to sneak into your house and kidnap you?
Oh, no. I'll meet you halfway.
I'm breaking in.
I'm breaking in. You can't stop me.
No.
Nah.
Traylon, if you do that, the security will kill you.
I mean, I broke into the
But-
fucking Farendel. I can break into your house.
Point is, do you... I was told you already knew him, but just in case, do you know one Albert Dragobeer?
Oh, the vampire lad. Yeah. He's in
Yeah.
Moonwood.
He's also a very accomplished doctor and necromancer. He's also very smart. He's kind of in the same scholarly circles that my dad does, just, not all of them for logistical reasons. And so he knows me, and maybe he'll know something if I see him in person. I'll sneak out of the house when, Dad's out doing the address, and then we'll all go visit him together tomorrow.
Sounds... I mean, undoubtedly we're going to be tailed by Secret Services. But sounds like a plan.
I mean, if I'm being honest, now that I know that it was, the Veiled Sisters, I think they figured out by now that you guys aren't a threat. I mean, they're still gonna be watching, but,
I'll ignore that insult.
I mean, right, okay, so that sounds good, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the others will be totally up for it as well.
Then it's decided. I'll meet you all there around noon. Sound good?
Alright.
I gotta wait for my dad to be at the meeting before I can escape.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. So, if you're controlling my dream right now, like, can you make anything happen right now?
I can try.
Alright, so I'm gonna need, like, a room with no judgment here.
Traylon, you're scaring me. I mean, I'll do it, but...
You've been to Jinto, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have.
And you know about the Oni population, like Kibishi, right?
I know what he looks like, yeah.
Do you know what an onsen is?
I... No?
It's a hot spring.
Above table, also no.
It's a hot spring.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't went into one for obvious reasons, as he, like, pulls up his shirt to show the tattoo.
Pulls up his pajamas.
Yeah. So, you want me to make a onsen with Oni in it? Oh. I'll tell you what. I'll meet you halfway. And he sort of like snaps his fingers, and like, the rest of the room transforms into that one hot tub area that you hung out with, Daichi, and I think it was also Kabishi? Or no, wait,
The
it
Oni
was
brothers.
Daichi and... Oh yeah, it was Daichi and Drayden you had on that mission.
Yeah.
He recreates that place, and then he just, like, spawns, like, 3 fully clothed Oni and goes, I'll let you do the rest there. As he sort of, like, slowly reaches the bedroom door that is still materialized there. And he says, by the way, you're gonna, like, wake up in an hour and a half, but don't worry, it will not feel like an hour and a half. And he just closes the door, embarrassed.
He's midway closing the door and, like, underwear is already being thrown off.
Yep. Alright.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, Traylon, you all and everyone wakes up. Again, in a very posh luxury hotel.
Juju is basically hugging onto Francesco like a body pillow by the time Francesco wakes up and sees.
Well,
Yeah.
I have reached true peak friendship. Another accomplishment of my feats.
It's like waking up with a cat curled up on your side.
You're
Right,
like,
that's the vibe, yeah.
yeah, I've been chosen. I'm trusted.
Marvelous.
Yeah. How do the shorties in their room wake up? Like, you're on like a freaking California king size bed. Like, you could fit like 20 of you all in it. It's like, are you on the complete opposite ends of the bed or what?
eh.
Eh.
I mean,
That tells me nothing.
honest.
Traylon's probably pillow forting it up right now.
Where? How?
Probably on, like,
There's-
the left side.
There's enough pillows for him to make a fort and leave some
Honestly,
in
Trigo's
excess for
probably
you.
like in the middle, like in the on the edge of the middle, or the edge of the fort. So in the middle.
Gotcha.
So like, cause you know he's used to sleeping in a hammock. Like
Yeah.
giant bed is like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
What do
your
I
dorm.
do with
around.
this?
Yeah, your dorm bed.
Roll bed.
Yeah, your dorm beds are like full size. You know, still could fit 2 people, but definitely more like just 1 person.
Yeah.
But yeah, you all easily gear up for the day, do your stretches, Fran does his like morning exercises, which I guess Juju probably would also have some too.
Yeah, he would. Mostly that, but also sort of like morning prayers and rites sort of a thing.
He's in the bathroom putting his makeup on.
Something like that, yeah.
But he's like putting the face paint on while he mutters some chant in Draconic.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then I better get my morning squats in. And then my top squats, which is just, you stand upside down.
You do that thing from the opening that you showed me of like Mashal, where he's like got the big weights on his chest. He's just like kicking back and forth.
Exactly. Just Fran's just Mashal, but more fish.
This one.
There it is. Yeah, that's the step.
Yeah. After you all finish your morning routines, you all step outside to see your little kobold assistant is already waiting for you. Good morning, everyone! I hope you all had a good sleep.
Hello, Juno. Feeling limber.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
Well, you took advantage of the spa last night, so I hope so.
yeah. That was great.
Good to hear. Anything I can do for you all this morning? Breakfast? Get you tickets to a show tonight? Anything?
What kind of show?
Oh, we have plenty of shows. We have plays, we have musicals, we have horror shows, we have historical reenactments. You name it.
Actually, Traylon will speak up and say, we're actually going to be meeting up with a friend around noonish. So, we should
All right.
probably focus around breakfast. Maybe afterwards we can go see a show.
Ooh, all right, I can do that. I can do that. What are you in the mood for breakfast? I can find you a good spot, or have the hotel kitchens make you something.
What about it, lads? What are you guys in the mood for?
Fish. Big fish.
I'm good with anything, honestly.
Orca, if
Maybe-
you have it.
Maybe not fish though, and he kind of recoils a little bit at Orca, just like, dude, what? Also,
Oh, there's a
orcas are
lot.
Also, orcas are awesome. What are you talking about?
Yes, they're fantastic. They add a lot of protein.
What's a
Chris is shaking his head.
What's a
Well,
Cajun style breakfast?
I don't know. Catfish.
Then yeah, pretty much that.
And hot peppers.
Catfish po' boy.
He's like, damn. Jin will be like, well, I can't promise any orca, but I can get you some fish for sure. So I got one for fish, one abstained. He looks at Traylon and Juju if they have anything to add.
Yeah, catfish if you have it.
All right. Specified type of fish. All right.
With peppers included.
Of course. Wink. All right. This is Traylon.
I'll just take a breakfast
You
taco if you got one.
Sir, we are more than by the road inn. We can have anything you want here.
Except Orca.
Except orca, because I don't think I can get you that. So anything within reason.
Breakfast.
How about we just do a platter of good things to eat? How's
Yeah,
that?
that sounds good.
Cool. All right. Just go down to the restaurant level and show them. Well, you don't actually have any passes. Like I'll talk to them. Just head on to the restaurant and take your seats, and we'll be with you shortly. As you see him just like zip down the hallway and down like what you assume is like a service elevator.
Or the magical equivalent of it.
Yeah. You see him open the door, and then like there's a kitchen there. But yeah, easily you all head down to the restaurant, which is a very somewhat classy looking place, but you are told to maybe head to a booth near the back, and as you sit down, there's options for you to like dim the lighting around your booth or like shut off the noise from outside, so on and so forth. Magical conveniences. They're great. And not long after magic. Not long after, you do get a rather hearty breakfast slash honestly lunch combo with like fried catfish, hush puppies, hash browns. Very, really Cajun Southern style brunch. Let's say that.
God, it's been so long since I've had a hush puppy.
They're pretty good. Yeah. So you dig in as Juju requested. There's a little spice to it, a little kick, with like red pepper flakes and stuff all over it. Because Juju likes the spice of life.
It isn't food unless it's spicy.
Until I suddenly gain fire breath, it ain't spicy enough.
It's not
Pretty
hot
much.
enough to kill me. It's not hot enough.
I imagine Juju's like taking his time with it, just like sort of like savoring every bite, sort of a thing. Still sort of hung up on having to go back home and everything, but also just like he just really enjoys the food too.
Boy, this may be my last meal. Better make it count.
Pretty much, yeah.
Trailing still
Wait,
good.
we're going to die?
Nah, no one's going to die. I'm not
Oh,
letting them
that's
die.
good. Thank you.
Speaking of dying, Emil wants to meet up with us around noonish.
He's
Wait,
able
when did
to
you
leave
hear
his
that?
house.
Apparently Emil knows Dream.
Oh, you've been dreaming of one another?
No,
Wink.
he magically connected to me in my dreams.
Yes, I'm sure it's like magic. Nudges Crutes.
Crudis just kind of shaking his head, just like,
Now, Traylon, he's much too young for you.
God damn it, he is. He absolutely is.
Also, very much not my type. You know my type.
Yeah, we do. Oh, we do.
Juju sort of like just grumbly goes, "Unfortunately, I know your type."
Violence?
It's like, I know your type too.
Bitch.
I have a type?
I mean, artistic men, yeah.
Oh, well, they make good friends, yeah, good combat partners, I suppose. But wait, so Traylon, wait, you have a type? I always thought your type was just violence on people.
I mean, I'm multi-dimensional. Like, I'm not some goof, fire arrows and violence is my entire aesthetic.
Oh,
That's his flanderization. You don't want that.
no. Well, that's good to know. Ooh, so which of us are you into?
Which of us do you think is the cutest?
I
Yeah,
mean,
Crudis not even paying attention to that conversation.
Juju will go, "Well, since we're on that subject, why not?"
Who do you think is cutest in the academy? Oh my god.
OMG.
well, at the people of this at this table, my interest mostly at this point would probably go towards Juju.
Yeah, I kind of ran into that one.
Yeah, that tracks.
Ooh, wait, is Juju here?
Yeah, he's on the
Yes.
table with you all.
Yeah.
I
It's
know
pretty
it's Juju.
And you looked at him, and he looked at
Looked
me.
at me. And he looked at me looking at him.
Then he fired, and he missed. He fired again.
And
He
he-
missed. This went on for several hours.
Back at the, I had to say, back at the academy, Pistacho's got a good starting lead.
Sounds about
You just hear Juju groan, hearing you say his name, and he goes, "Yeah, I figured."
Talks would probably
Ooh.
the next part would probably be between Talks and probably. I mean, in all honesty, I think Kibishi's pretty hot.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's pretty on fire a lot. He also seems to be dependable, enthusiastic about life, and very talented, multi-talented, very rugged, very... What?
Fred's like, sorry, is it hot in here? What were we talking about?
I shouldn't have
mean-
stuffed that catfish full of peppers before I swallowed it like a noodle.
I mean, you can keep going, Fran. I don't mind.
Hmm. Oh, no. No. All right, so it looks like we're all going to have good friends and meet good things, and everyone's going to live forever. Fantastic news.
They were
You see
roommates.
Juju glare when you say that last part.
So, yeah.
Everything will be fine.
What about Crudez? Does he want to join in on this conversation?
I mean, about good-looking people.
Yeah, like people he thinks are cute and or hot at the academy.
Yes, we're gonna get the Ace Man to comment on this, but I mean, like,
Right.
Juju will speak up and say, "I mean, I just assumed you were already together with that Argo guy."
I mean, it's. I wouldn't
It's
even say complicated. We're not exactly together, but we are definitely close. I will say that much.
So
Yeah,
It's a
this is
bromance.
Yeah, there's him. Tox is pretty cool. I feel like I kind of gel a little bit with Sore. I'm honestly really happy for her. She's like getting a little more confidence now. I'm just really, that really just makes me smile. He's just kind of racking his brain a little bit. Above table, let me just like look over the.
You
list
go to the
again.
character list.
Yeah.
Also, it's like it's funny to think like poor Daichi, not Daichi, poor Hamid. He's got like two neurotic co-house leaders.
Yeah,
God, yeah.
he is the voice of the
I thought you
operation.
were about to say that poor Hamid, he don't got no bitches.
No, he's got plenty of bitches.
Yeah. Like, I meant like from us.
Oh, yeah. No, he's got enough.
I'm
and
sure.
none of us are interested in
I'm
him.
sure if Jesse was a player, his character would be one of them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'd play Hamid, but
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
Crudez will kind of like end off on one other one. It's just like, and I mean, I don't know. I think Lagurma's kind of cute, but I mean, more in the way of like, I want to give her a hug and tell her that everything's gonna be okay, kind of way.
He looks over to Francesco. I mean, we already know you like Kabishi, but since we're all talking about it, I guess you can chime in.
Who has the biggest muscles in our school, or it looks like they could kill a man without thinking twice about it?
Immediately looks over to Trey and say, "Don't you dare fucking say Basacha or Tox."
I mean, you got Gobar. He's muscly. He's got a
Go,
baby.
he's cool.
He's got a baby face, but he could rip a man apart with his bare arms.
Is he the one with the gentle nature,
Yeah,
a little
He's
bit
a
of
big-
a himbo brain?
a little bit. He thinks he's an orc, but he's clearly a human.
Yeah, I like how he role plays 24/7. That's quite the commitment.
Crudez just kind of sits up in his chair a little bit and is like, "Oh right, yeah, Kin's pretty cool too."
I can.
Yeah. He's pretty. He's
Yeah.
too busy
Yeah.
getting it on with Nimbus, though.
Yeah.
Other
Oh,
men
yeah,
can dream,
yeah.
I guess.
They make a cute couple.
Yeah. Yeah. He's pretty cute.
What if you had to?
Juju's cool.
Yeah.
Hmm?
The next question is, if you had to pick a professor.
You sure?
Which don't we have that guard lady?
Anya?
Yeah, that's Valkyrie or something.
Yep, she's the leader of the Valkyrie.
Oh,
She's also married to a woman.
yeah. Well, I think she's pretty neat and capable. Could hold her own.
Snap my spine over her knee.
Yeah. You know what they say? You always want a lady that could murder you over her knee.
I
Just
like a girl.
absolutely shatter all your bones.
You know, I never did kind of understand that. Like, what's the deal with that?
What?
Well, I mean,
This is Crudez just like
Oh.
asking, just like he doesn't understand that dynamic.
oh, well, it's wanting a capable partner that can hold their own in battle. I mean, It-
I can vibe with that. Just like, why do you want a guy or gal or them that could just like conceivably just actually kill you?
It makes
because it shows great trust in the other that they don't.
exactly.
It makes it what? Trail, sorry.
It makes it when they're very gentle with you, all the more sensual.
I could kill you, but I'm not going to.
Okay,
Like Juju and
Love
me.
you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can kind of. And you mentioned Juju, and he just sputters a little.
I can deal with that.
Well, I guess if we're talking about teachers, I guess maybe Clear. After we went to Caldesol, I think I'm into Aarakocra.
Hey, the burbs.
I'm a bit of a toss-up between Gondor and Bruin.
Bruin.
In this episode, the gays discuss boys.
Yeah,
We talk about cute boys. Like, oh my god.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And some girls.
And some girls.
Ooh.
This is a sticky note. Sticky note at the end. And some girls.
If I were to partner up with an Aarakocra, I could conquer the land and air. Wait, could they conquer the sea? Is that something partners do? Like,
Well,
no.
there are some birds who can snish fish out of the water, so maybe.
Yeah, we don't like to talk about those thieves. Always stealing my lunch.
Near the surface.
Yeah, well, sometimes you want to sunbathe while you eat and chop, and then all of a sudden an Aarakocra will just snatch up your little meal.
Pelican, Aarakocra. Aarakocra.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Hen from fucking Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
Go along!
The news today is get fucked.
Gay.
Damn. Alright. But yeah, that's how you all finish your gossip and your meal, and as you look at the clocks, the restaurant's clock, it is getting closer and closer to noon, so you probably should start heading out.
Alright, enough gossiping, lads. We gotta meet up with a very sick boy.
Yeah. You do see Junon waiting for you as you exit the restaurant, like, hello, again. Your rooms will be clean and good as new upon your return. Did you give any thoughts to those shows you might want to go to tonight?
Something with a little more.
Emil will whisper and say, "You should probably assume I won't be there just in case."
Aw.
Oh.
Why? But why?
Oh wait, Emil isn't there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sending all of a sudden.
he's been spying on us this entire time.
He learned. He learned. It's fine.
He's been spying on us since the entire time. He's a little depressed because, like, why didn't anyone say me?
He knows why.
He knows why.
That's what he's done.
I mean, if I may make a suggestion,
By all means.
there is Madame Katarina's Circus of Flame.
That sounds interesting.
Yes,
Wait a minute,
fire.
That sounds familiar. It's...
It was a job posting back in the day.
Oh! That was that circus that had a bunch of jobs. They were really struggling for a while. They're still going at it, huh?
Yeah, they've recovered slightly. They were closed for, renovations. But their grand openings already happened. They're going strong again.
That's a shame. That was a mission I would have liked to have taken care of. I take it someone else took care of it.
I mean, they're always looking for new talent, if that's up your alley. Don't worry, we can make it so they have dire straits again above table.
We can force
We're-
them
we're-
to hit hard times for plot reasons.
Oh no.
We don't have to fix them. We can make them worse.
Well,
Damn.
they can still need assistance with
Yeah,
these
yeah.
entire states.
Yeah. But we're
Yeah.
we're trying to hit some story beats right now. So yeah.
Yeah.
So many things to do, so little time. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'll try and get you some tickets for the Circus of Flame this evening.
Hell yeah.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye, Jonah.
Yeah, he bids you goodbye as you all exit the hotel and onto the bustling streets of Lover's Ward. Plenty of couples and maybe even 3 or more polycule groups roaming the streets, just looking for a fun time today.
The best part is,
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
like hang out and do fun things kind of way. Not that way, but anyways.
I was gonna say the best part is when you see a group of 4 or more, it's dealer's choice whether or not it's a polycule or 2 different dates hanging out.
There's
Or,
group rates too.
Just a bunch of single friends who are pretending to date each other so they can get the couples discount.
They get the polycule discount.
Yes, John, kiss me, my lover. Oh, you gonna prove it? You gonna prove it? Kiss your lover.
Bitch.
They have to. They have to.
My, oh my.
They all have to pretend like that very awkward dance where everyone's like, oh, the lovely group, they're having their moment, and it's just stiff robot, and the eyes are just saying, please don't kiss me, please don't do this in front of everyone. We have to do this. We have to make it convincing.
I'd like to imagine that Lover's
Eyebrow
Ward
wig.
knows by now that there's a lot of people that are like faking being in polycules just to get the discounts, but they also can't like not prove it. So they just like roll with it.
They're getting their money. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And they'll have a little fun with it as they put a bunch of awkward pressure on top of them.
So
Exactly.
they're the people the employees like shit talk in the break
Pretty
room.
much.
So.
Brand new lore.
But yeah,
Just Juno in the break room saying, "Oh my god, I got these two obviously straight guys to kiss to make them prove for the discount."
I think it may have awoken something in them. I'm not sure yet. I'll keep you all updated. Pinches his cigarette. No, he actually likes his job a little bit. So, but anyways. So yeah, you make your way over to the teleport station, onto the pad for Moon Ward, which has a very gothic feel to it again. Very dark and kind of Halloween-y in a way, in IRL, like above table descriptions. And you are ported away. We can change music.
This is
I
Halloween.
haven't used this in a
is
while,
Halloween,
so
Halloween,
I'm
Halloween.
very happy for this.
Mm.
Halloween.
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 Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Halloween. Hall Hmm.
Bong. Sorry, I'm trying to turn it up on my end a little bit.
I can turn it up on my end too.
Please do a little, just a tiny bit. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. So, as the teleport spell finishes, you find yourselves back in the dark evening-covered landscape of Moonward. And Fran, this is your first time here, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Pretty sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Fran, you just left from the sun-dappled beaches and summer air of the Lover's Ward, and all of a sudden it's nighttime again. As you look around, you see towers and vistas crop up over the horizon, and the shimmer in the darkness of a winding river of, pure water babbling merrily in the night. As you look up, you see stars in the sky. You see the moon half full, just sitting lazily in the sky. But no sign of the sun anywhere.
You see Crudis kind of like happily fidgeting a little bit, like as he's standing there, just because, like, it feels great to be back in the Moon Ward, and I'm actually not high off my ass this time.
Oh yeah, because the last time you was here is still upon head.
Yeah, and he just kind of dangles his like star globe. Much as I wanna, I
actually
probably
go
shouldn't
ahead,
draw
sorry.
too much attention to myself here.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was
John.
gonna say, Krudas wasn't even starry yet. by
Yeah,
the
no,
first
he
time.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot has changed actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Traylin's still the good old best version of himself.
All right, you. What? No.
Yeah. So, did you also say there were like towers and vistas, like high towers, like along the landscape?
Yeah, so like as you look out into the town of Moonward,
Okay.
it's like very like kind of like Italian stone theme. It's like there's like towers and walkways and stuff, and like very very pretty high nobility type housing.
A lot of
And
cobblestone.
windows. Yeah, cobblestones, things like that.
So it's sort of like Perone, but even more Disney-esque.
Way.
It has some Perone aspects as you think about that. But overall, the main identifying feature is that it's nighttime all of a sudden. Also, there goes.
And this music is also just actually playing in the background.
If you want it to be, but it is the background music.
Yeah.
I like to think it is, and like, I don't want to say like Fran is doing a prospector jig of a dance, but he is like sort of swaying to it. It's like giddy, like no, so
This is
precious and darling. Like yeah,
They got a skeleton
Nice.
like that's been animated to just play this tune forever.
Pretty much.
Huh. One man's hell is another's paradise.
Also,
Well, like I eat a gordita crunch every day. I think I'm pretty good.
so real
What do you think?
quick,
Go on.
I'm obviously not gonna like follow up on this until we're like done what we're doing with Emil, just like before we leave.
Uh-huh.
But does Crudis by any chance remember like where that Loxodon blacksmith was? That made his studded loincloth for him?
Yeah.
Was he in
More
the
than-
ward?
He was
Yes,
actually,
it was
yeah.
Moonward.
I mean,
I
yeah.
know this because he was the first time I used the random character generator that I made.
I mean, yeah, you would know where he is for sure.
Hell yeah. Alright. He's gonna make a note of that for later because he's got a little project
Ooh.
Oh
and
my.
he's potentially going to need Traylin's help with that.
Ooh.
Yes, friend who makes arrows. I have need of assistance. No, but really though, Traylin, you can make schematics, right?
Aye. No problem.
Alright. Well, less arrows, but there's something that I would like to have done while we're here. you know, a little something to go with the a little something to go with that studded loincloth I got last time I was here, if you recall. Just a little, Macayan something-ish. I just need to know if this blacksmith guy can either work with wood or direct me to a place that can.
Fair enough. I think I have an idea of what it is now that you mentioned wood, but
I think I do too. No,
I'll let you.
We'll get to it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then, yeah, he'll just clarify for Trail and just obviously after we're done with the meal, because that takes priority. But
Yeah.
before we leave, I would like to check in on that if we could.
So yeah, you are all in the teleport station here in the very center of Moon War, surrounded by the main residential and business districts of this ward. According to the map nearby that's posted.
Yeah.
But before you can venture any further, you see a figure approach you all wearing a dark cloak and a smiling comedy mask on their face.
Oh.
Well, aren't they a jolly fellow?
You hear a voice. Hey, guys, it's me, Emil.
Oh,
and
right, yeah.
For extra measure, he removes the mask just to prove it's him. He's still green, and he appears to be sweating.
Oof, damn, man.
Oh,
I managed to get away from my dad's tower. I told Desolel and the other golems to play dumb once Dad got home, but that's not gonna work for long.
I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to, like, at least let him know where you're going? Just so he's not thinking you got kidnapped or something?
He left a note.
He'll find out.
That's fair.
I mean, Traylin's gonna look around and see if the Secret Service lady is following us again.
Roll a perception. First roll of the night.
Yeah.
Also, I completely forgot about this, so I'll just decide.
Wheel.
Wheel. In fact, I think I will do that.
Alright.
Would you also like some guidance, dear friend?
He's already rolled.
I mean, I've already
Just
rolled.
his omen.
That's fine. Well, let's at least give you Cosmic Omen, because that's like a reaction.
Yeah. So 14. Traylon, as you gaze around, maybe like to see someone maybe little suspicious, little damn, not off character, but like
Anyone
Suspicious.
sticks out. That's it. Sadly, this is the Moon Ward, where quite a lot of more unique races tend to kind of hang out. You see a bunch of ladies that are dressed in, like very elaborate gowns that also wear masks like Emil does. And maybe they all glance at you and giggle at you all. So you're not really sure if that's supposed to be, a veiled sister or, just some gossiping ladies on the street. So you're not sure.
Well, either way, she's most likely following us already, so let's just go see if we can find Dracomor and see what he can do for you.
Dragomir.
Dragomir.
Emil will speak up, looking at the map, and he says, "Well, from our location and where I remember Dragomir's house being, we can take a gondola down the river."
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
A midnight gondola ride.
Well, it's noon, but around here, it's always midnight.
Mid-noon night.
It's the golden
Or
hour.
no, it's mid-noon.
It's mid-noon.
It's the golden hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is though. Fuck.
Fun fact, 3 a.m. is also known as the witching hour, when ghosts are most likely to appear.
Yeah.
Oh, well
Fran.
then, yeah, it's always the witching hour. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Fran reading like the fun facts plaque on the road.
Facts are what people build mythology on.
Yeah. So you all want to take a gondola?
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
You make your way down to a small dock with a large gondola that can easily fit everyone that's just bobbing in the water. And sitting there alone, just minding his own business, is a figure with a long brown and blue cloak that obscures most of their features. On their head is a very obscenely wide-brimmed hat and an unnatural shadow that covers the person's face. He is unmoving.
Ooh.
Pardon me,
Did
sir.
he-
You see it look up, and its face lights up, essentially, as you see a very familiar-looking face, to an extent. You see a spectral-looking, nearly cartoonish-looking face. It's like a really spooky, with like the big jagged teeth and things like that. It is the same face that Spooky Mookie wears back at the academy.
Oh. It must be one of Mookie's family.
Where to?
Yes. Can you get us to the fastest route to Lord Dragomir's estate?
It slowly gets up and you hear like bones chattering. So this isn't really a person so much as like an undead maybe construct or something. And it gently reveals a skeletal hand and bids you to get on the boat. Very well.
Alright.
As you all
I'm
You know.
sorry. He's a skeleton?
Yeah.
Yep. He's a skeleton.
Yeah.
Wait, how many people here are skeletons?
Quite a few,
Oh.
if I'm being completely honest.
Well, one is playing the music right
He's been here so long, unmoving, unbreaking.
But isn't that dark magic evil stuff?
Nah, not really. Not here, at least. It's super regulated.
Yeah. and
It's super
we're not-
illegal in Radiara, but we're not in
Yeah.
Radiara right now.
Yeah, I would
and
say
we'll, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, I would say that like they're not really like skeleton citizens per se, but we'll get to that.
Fran will just sit there confuzzled.
Yeah, as you take your seat, a little disgruntled, you see a plaque that lights that actually kind of shimmers as the boat starts moving. Like it's like, hey, look at me, and it says gondola services provided by the Tiasu family.
Yep. Mookie's family.
Which is Spooky Mookie's actual last name.
Oh yeah.
So it seems like they are in charge of a lot of like public maintenance of this city.
If you hadn't figured it out by now, Spooky Mookie's actually kind of a rich kid. And you would never know.
He's a Nepo
I
baby.
mean, yeah.
Most emos.
Damn.
He's a necro baby.
Ah!
What?
Necro Nepo baby.
Oh.
Anyways, as you have this little jaunt down the river, you see some pretty fun, interesting sights to show off more of the Moon War that you all didn't really get a chance to explore last time. And this is Fran's first time exploring it. As the boat glides down the river, which Emil tells you is called the Silver River, you see on one side a food stall that smells of fresh salad and other cooked meats near the river that is apparently run by a ghost, wearing proper cooking attire and using, more or less possessing the knives to chop up meat and vegetables to make food.
Does he still have to
They-
wear, like, rubber gloves?
He has an apron and stuff on, yeah. And he does have gloves to not get ectoplasm on the food, I guess. Yeah. And as you see the ghosts serve the patrons, you see that there are some just ghosts wandering around, like flying around.
Huh.
Huh.
You see as you go past this cafe, you reach like a bridge that you will have to pilot the boat under. As the only one that needs to duck down is the skeleton driver. But on top of this bridge, you see two young tabaxi kitten kids with pitch black fur and piercing yellow eyes that kind of shimmer in the darkness. They're perched on top of the bridge like little kids do as they're trying to get a good look over the edge. They don't say or do anything or move. They just stare at you with their big yellow eyes.
Well, that's terrifying.
And as soon as you pass under the bridge, you hear they go hee hee hee.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
they're just-
okay, they're rascals.
They're just there to they just like to creep people out and laugh about it.
Yeah, I used to do that, actually.
There's your GIF for reference.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if a Radion and average citizen would just walk through this area. I wonder if they would just. I wonder if they would
Go
just
on.
explode with self-righteous radiance or something like that.
God.
They would clutch their pearls so hard it would choke themselves.
God.
Oh, God.
But yeah, another fun sight. You get away from the big residential central city as you see a graveyard as you pass by. The gates are covered in these pink and purple flowers with vines wrapped around each individual bar. The sign near the top says, "Departed but not gone," and each vine has grown to form one of the letters in each phrase with the flowers blooming along it.
Oh, that's nice.
And then finally, one last fun little scene. You see a man running towards the river. He seems to be in quite a hurry as he suddenly leaps and transforms into a bat and flies over the river.
And through
And
the
then-
woods.
And then poofs back into a humanoid form as he lands and sprints down there like, "Shit, I'm late! I gotta go, man! They're gonna kick my ass if I'm late again!"
Wait, if you could just transform into a bat, why doesn't he just fly faster as a bat?
Because bats only have a slow fly speed, dude!
That can't be right.
I learned that the hard way.
They want us to not use our powers for everything!
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It's called being responsible.
Responsible!
More than
But yeah.
anything. No.
And the last thing you see as on the route to this on this boat tour is a rather large 2-story mansion sitting on its own little miniature island as it intersects from the river. It goes off from your course to form a little, honestly, like a moat.
Yeah.
It's a strikingly pitch black house with orange accents along the front pillars. And along the front porch, as a very Halloween-y theme, is a garden of pumpkins. With two in particular that seem to watch the front gate, seemingly moving on their own, as they actually kind of, as you pass by the gate, they not circle in on you, but focus on you at least.
Yeah.
And they watch you as you slowly swim by. You see, from front to back, there are floating milky blue candles that illuminate the path up to the house. And sure enough, the plaque reads that this is also the house of the Chiasu family. So you see, that's Mookie's house. He definitely gets his aesthetics from here. Oh, it's Jack. Pyro Jack, right?
Yes, Pyrojack.
Yeah.
Most recently renamed to Jack-o'-lantern, but I mean, will always be Power Jack to me.
But yeah, as you all finish your little boat ride, you are dropped off in a familiar-looking neighborhood, to Crudas and Traylon at least.
Yeah.
And Emil points you at least in the general direction. You all begin to walk as the boatman bids you farewell and goes back to a more dormant state.
Thank you.
He holds his hand out
No.
Tip him of gold.
You see his bony fingers crack as he like grips the coin and shoves it into his coat pocket.
Mm.
But yes, after a few minutes of walking, you find at the end of this, little cul-de-sac, two very similar looking manor houses. You see one has topiaries, those shaped hedges of elegant swans, while the other one has flamingos with bright pink flowers, and strangely, a few penguin-shaped ones as well. They don't have pink flowers, but they are still just obviously penguins.
Penguins.
It's been a while since I met the doctor. I heard he made these. I heard that he was eccentric, but that's a bit much, right?
I think it's mostly just trying to make sure that his new ward is well accommodated.
Yeah. I actually looked back in the notes, and he had these pink flamingo topiaries the first time you all met him.
And I was like, listen, he can be quirky.
Oh, I love him. He's one of my favorite characters. But yeah, so but the penguins are new. You like Crudez and Traylon. You remember that much at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, the penguins are new. They're cute.
But yes, so you all walk up to the front door.
Yep.
You see a oh, sorry, had to burp. There we go again. Yeah, as you walk through up to the door, you see it's a large green wooden door with a equally large gargoyle-faced knocker resting in the middle.
Oh, hell yeah.
Got quite the pair of knockers.
Hey.
There's just
Alright.
one. Oh.
Alright, so I will say this much. There is a lady within the estate, so we'll probably have to cut back on our usual shticks.
Yeah.
For a lady.
Yes.
So,
Got to be a true gentleman.
A very refined lady. And above table, an underage lady.
Yep.
Please keep that in mind.
The small madam.
small
Yes,
matter.
Small madam.
So let's not be gross in front of her. And as
Exact-
I grab the knockers and give them a big old tug and slam.
Let's not be gross. Also trailing.
Honk,
Yeah.
honk.
Let's knock these knockers around.
Who goes there? As the gargoyle's eyes light up and look down at you all. What is your business with the good Dr. Dragomir?
From some acquaintance of his, we kind of need assistance with a friend of ours.
As he looks over all of you, especially focusing in on Emil. One moment, please. And you see his eyes go dark. And after about a minute of waiting, you hear the door unlatch and begin to open slowly. And peeking their head around, you see a young, pale girl who looks no older than 14 step into the opening. She wears a dark, plum-colored bonnet with pink flowers adorning it. Her hair is blonde and curled expertly, cascading down her shoulders and down her back. Her dress is the same color as her bonnet, a deep plum with black and pink flower accents and embroidery. She wears black gloves that barely reach her wrist, but are trimmed with delicate lace and tied with a pink ribbon. She wears bright white leggings in sheer contrast to the darkness of her dress, with cute buckled black shoes. But the most striking feature among all of these is that her eyes are a crimson red color. And I want to let you just post like the inspiration for like her look now.
She got a glow up.
Yes. May I help? Oh! As she steps out and sees Traylon and Crudez. Oh, it's so good to see you!
Paisley, oh my god, hi! How have you been?
She kneels down and hugs the two shorties.
Yeah! Hugs!
Her grip is somehow like way tighter than it has any right to be.
So it's a little not like chokingly tight, but she's definitely like got a grip on her.
Yeah.
She has a grip now.
As
So,
she
so
stands,
yeah, how are you? Just it's been so long. Oh my god, girl.
she stands back up and dusts her dress a little bit. How have you all been? Oh, I haven't met you all. A pleasure to meet you. As she curtsies to you, Fran and Emil and Judy.
And
My name
Fran bows to her.
My name is Paisley. I'm a friend of Crudez and Traylon here. Are
Yeah.
you the same?
Aye, these are some friends and some associates that are from the academy as well.
Yes, yes.
Huh. Good evening, madam. I am, yes, indeed one of their associates. It is a honor to meet your acquaintance, I'm sure.
She holds a hand out for you to do the nightly thing.
I tap my head to it and then smooch it.
Her skin is extremely cold.
A little bit. But like also just a funny image of like Fran like kneeling his head down his helmet to like her hand, and you see like the little cartoon lips go like when it's all like stretchy to come out of the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One frame.
Each new episode, every so often you get a little more information.
But yeah, you see her smile, Fran, and she has two very prominent fangs in her mouth.
Yeah.
Oh. Are you of the aquatic acquaintance yourself, then, miss?
No, Fran. We may have actually told you about this before. We actually helped young lass Paisley to get here when she was originally from Radiara.
Oh.
Oh, this is that mademoiselle. I see. Huh. Very good,
Yes.
then.
It's been quite a change to get used to life here in Cicello, especially in the Moon Ward, but I think I've gotten the hang of it now. The good doctor is very, very patient with me.
The good doctor.
Oh man, I'm glad that you're getting along so well here. Tripping over my words. Jeez, I get off the pot and I'm still tripping over my words.
It's alright. I understand you're just happy. But yeah, it's been a change, especially associating with other, vampires, but it's getting easier every day.
Yeah. Oh, how were your he kind of like gestures to his arm a little bit, just like how's everything going with that, by the way?
Oh, well, you see her pull up her sleeve, and there are no tattoos on her sleeve. It was like
Oh, wow.
deep purple curse marks on her skin. We
Wow,
did manage to somewhat regulate them, as you see her peel off her glove, and on the back of her hand is like one larger symbol.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we managed to focus them on specific points on my hands and feet, and one on my chest, but we still have a problem with the death elementals, as the doctor calls them, popping up.
Oh, man.
But they're nowhere near as bad, and
Well,
I've
that's
even
good.
learned to control some of them.
Ooh.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, again, she shows her hand to you. You see a deep purple, kind of shimmering. It looks like a tattoo, but it feels like it goes deeper than that. Like it has depth to it. I was, well, back in Radiara when I lived with my brother. There was a time I was kidnapped and experimented upon by another vampire. He tested out a combination of necromancy and conjuration with me as the conduit. He is the one who turned me. And for a good while, every time one of the sigils would fill up with magic, it would summon essentially a zombie-like creature. But we we learned after, being escorted here that while they resembled zombies, they were made of pure magic. So essentially, they were just made of necromantic energy. So the good doctor took to calling them death elementals.
Huh. I see. So the origins of that zombie outbreak I've heard tale about. It's
Yes,
from
that was me. But
well, your power and might are, from what I'm told, very intimidating to behold, madam.
well, I just slept in a room at the bottom of a mine while my brother turned off the spire. Nothing big.
Speaking of turn off the spire, I actually have a question. What happened here when the scream happened?
Oh, well, we didn't really pay much attention to it for a few hours, honestly.
Huh.
Well, there's always someone having a good time here in the Moon Ward, and they like to shriek and holler. But when we learned that some of the teleport circles had gone offline, then we realized something was wrong.
I guess that makes sense. Shriek of horror or that. I must be a little bit common here.
Just a little bit.
Goes with the aesthetic.
Juju will speak up and say, I'm surprised that the sun didn't start peeking out when it happened.
Well, we were all worried about that too. But the enchantment here in Moon Ward has been here for close to a millennia, honestly.
Oh wow.
This magic runs deep. It'll take more than a simple scream to knock it loose.
Fair enough. You know magic, I don't. By the way, my name's Juju.
A pleasure to meet you, Juju. I like your face paint.
Oh, thanks.
Blush. Oh shit, compliment. I don't know how to handle compliment.
This is the first time someone talked about my face paint like that.
The madam
Well,
has excellent taste.
Well, I can tell you put a lot of work into it, so I thought I should at least compliment you.
He starts.
That's
He starts crying horizontally, not to mess up his makeup.
horizontally. And then Emil will cough and say, I have a name, but I wish to discuss that with the doctor.
Oh, right. I imagine that's why you're all here, yes?
Yeah. Our friend here is a little sick, and much like you, his condition is unique.
I see. I'm afraid he's not here at the moment, but it shouldn't be too long for him to get back home. He's at his office, as she points off towards the large castle structure that towers over the landscape here in Moon Ward. It's actually the city you just left from the teleport circle.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, you
Yeah.
had no way of knowing.
And
He
also,
said it.
when she points to it, lightning just appears over the sky.
Yeah, it's like the Frankenstein's castle, like lightning. Dracula's castle. He said it was something like an emergency meeting, I think, but it shouldn't be too long.
Oh, you know what? He's probably meeting up with Finn, the Grand Alchemist.
Probably. I think he sent the other wardens to go meet in person, while he would more or less like appear in image there. I can't say Skype in, but he's essentially Skyping in. he's zooming in, Zoom calling.
Yeah. He's Zoom calling while he's upside down.
just to flex.
Hello.
Yeah.
But until then, please come in. She opens the door wider for you all to join her.
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright. Well, at the very least, we can make ourselves comfortable.
Yeah. She leads you down the corridors of the manor to a very decorated parlor room. The wallpaper is a dark green with gold plant-shaped patterns snaking across the entire wall. You see trinkets, both mundane and arcane, arranged with precision on the mantle and various shelves that encircle the room. You know, like definitely like things from different cultures around the world. You see a slightly soot-stained fireplace with a strong fire heating up the entire room comfortably. Go on, Crude Espy, please.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sure if you were finished yet, but yeah, I would say now that like everybody's like inside, Chris just looks up at Fran and is just like, "Damn, I wasn't expecting you to be so chill about the fact that he's a vampire." Good on you,
Well,
man.
yeah, I mean, it's not too different from an anglerfish, like I kind of assumed at first.
Honestly,
Well,
not
I
gonna
mean,
lie.
between the teeth and the whole clammy flesh feel, I mean, you assume things.
Honestly, I was half expecting you to kind of worry about that, like openly.
Juju will speak up. Do anglerfish suck blood?
Well, I mean, when you live in the Twilight Zone, everyone gets a little freakier. Okay, well, it all started about 2,000 years ago when the Leviathan.
With the great Leviathan!
Whoa, you actually got that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you some other time. Not in front of the madam, of course.
Something or Calcaminos.
Yeah. Go on. Excuse me. So yeah, Paisley lets you all sit in various like couches and love seats here in the parlor. She takes a nice large red armchair to sit in. I'd offer you all something to eat, but I'm afraid we haven't restocked for any non-vampire guests recently.
No, that's all right. We had a big breakfast before we came here. Thank you, though.
Oh, where were you staying?
Oh, just right down over in. Oh, right.
We got accommodations from the Grand Alchemist. He set us up in one of the what the hell was it called? It was over in the Lovers Ward, the First Port Resort Hotel and Spa.
Oh wow, that's really big. At least,
I was honestly surprised too. Just, holy crap.
If you don't mind me asking, she looks over to Emil. Is your patient here?
He's a little. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to say it? He looks over to Emil because he doesn't want to just outright out him. I mean, everything is considered, I'm pretty sure Paisley is good at keeping things on the down low.
She knows patient-doctor confidentiality.
Yeah.
Emil will say, "Well, if the doctor's gonna take a while to get here, I guess." And he'll go ahead and take off the mask and pull down his hood.
Oh, you are not well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't usually look like this.
Also, yeah. I mean, if doctor-patient confidentiality is a thing, and from what I understand, Paisley here is not all that beholden to Sicilian politics. So this is Emil, Grand Alchemist's son. We all love him very much. He's our dear friend, and we're here to help him.
I see.
Yes.
He's got a bit of a rare condition. Apparently, the doc has prior knowledge of his condition, but for political reasons, we can't go too far into it.
Yeah.
Well, all you need to know right now is that he is not technically dying.
Well, I mean, who is it, I suppose?
I mean, I feel like I'm dying, but I know I'm not.
You just feel a little bad, I understand.
Yeah, a little bad.
I mean, you know, I know how it is. I died and came back.
Ye- right. Yeah, vampire.
You say that so casually, and I'm just like,
Well, you know, you
"Mm,
get kind of, after a few months, you just kind of get used to it, and I suppose you could even laugh at it after a while.
I mean, maybe.
Making
I
humor
mean,
out of darker situations is the best way to make light out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Although, well, I made the joke to my brother in a letter once, and he didn't like that. His entire next letter was written in all caps.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, I haven't been keeping up with your brother. How is he nowadays?
Um, from what I've learned, he's doing all right. Luster Rock is back in full operational status. The Spire works again, and I hear he's up for another promotion.
Of course he
Wow.
is.
Wow.
He jokes about how he won't ever get to retire at this rate.
Much less move over here, really.
Hmm.
I think that's
Well, the honorable sort know there's never a time to retire when there is duty constantly needed of them.
I suppose that's true. But he's happy that I'm happy, and that's all we can really hope for.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Your graciousness knows no bound, madam.
Oh,
But-
right.
Hmm?
Completely off topic, but mostly just because I couldn't find a good time to sandwich this in at a character, but like, so, yeah. But yeah, no, he just takes a complete like wedge into the conversation to be like, "Oh yeah, Paisley. By the way, I got new bling. Look at it."
Like your little star map thing.
Yeah, he holds up his little star globe and his mom's.
Aw,
He's like, you
what
know,
a cute little frog.
yeah, I love him. It's my little star globe. I love it. And
That's
and this one used to belong to my mom. It's honestly a really big keepsake now, but you know,
well, that's very sweet. I'm sure
Yeah.
she would be happy for you to have it.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, alright then. I suppose if the doctor is going to be treating a patient, I should go get his medical bag. Wait here, please.
You got
As
it.
she gets up, you know, curtsies again and leaves you all in the parlor. You hear her little light footsteps like echo across the floor as she goes upstairs.
Yeah. Kuda's just
Juju
kind of
sort
like
of. Go ahead.
sitting to himself a little bit, just when Paisley's like enough out of earshot, he just kind of goes, "I miss mom."
Aw.
Pat, Pat.
What was Juju gonna say?
Thanks, man.
Juju is gonna say, so, how does the whole living as a vampire thing works? We don't really have vampires in Drek.
Long and short end of it, she is fully cognitive, and she can't go into the sun. She doesn't need to breathe, but in order to continue her existence, she does need to drink blood.
And how is that supposed to work here?
There's programs here within the Moon Ward. There is ethnically acquired blood within this ward for that exact purpose. Think of it like a blood drive, a food donation, essentially.
It's regulated. Heavily.
So long as the vampires don't go out biting anyone and spreading it too much to where they can't handle it, it's relatively simple. They're just regular people. They just have a different way of living, and they can't really leave the Moon Ward without the risk of the sun incinerating them on the spot. So you know.
You hear some footsteps back. Well, actually, we can leave, you know, when it's dark outside.
It's just a lot more difficult.
We have to make sure all the clocks read correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Well, we actually had to carry her through in her coffin all the way here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard you had to get across the border. That was a fun time.
Oh yeah. Huh. I even remember that one time when I actually pulled the cart part of the way.
Oh yeah, you shifted into an animal, I think.
Yeah. I honestly don't do that often anymore.
We had to lie to a guard and say that we were transporting a corpse to be properly buried.
I mean, not incorrect technically. And I remember, I heard you. I heard you upstairs too, talking about vampires.
Mm-mm.
Got that been working on on that extra hearing, or is it just that drafty up here?
No, it was the hearing. I had to learn how to focus it too. Forgive me for listening in on your conversation.
I mean, we're in your house.
Also, you see, she's clutching, in her little petite hands, like a really large, like, medical bag.
Damn.
And you see her heft it up and put it on the table in the center. It makes a loud bang as its weight hits the table.
Oof.
Right. So, she sits back down. Anything else? Or should we... I don't know. We're just waiting.
Juju will speak up and say,
I was about to offer you like a cutscene skim essentially.
if you wish, yeah.
And then we go on.
I was gonna say, well, since we're talking about vampires, what else can you do besides, and he points to his non-existent ears.
Oh, well, I can do this. You see her like breathe in and exhale, and she's like, all of a sudden, like her body turns into like a mist. And it kind of just floats gently around the room before it congeals back into her person as she sits back down. Still getting used to that one.
I'm not sure I would ever get used to having that if I had it.
I can also turn into a bat and a wolf, and I can run really fast now, although they advise me not to. Because you never know who I might run into, and if I'm going much faster than them, it might hurt them really bad.
Fair.
I can jump pretty high, again, within reason.
Yeah.
I can smell a lot better now.
Nice. Oh, excuse me.
You all had fish for brunch.
Wow. Yeah?
And your
Right.
friend smells of metal.
Yeah.
Emil immediately gulps. It's like, oh fuck.
It's complicated.
I hope he doesn't have any internal bleeding.
Oh no, it's just my outer shell.
Deflect.
No.
But thank you for noticing. I have been using a nice new metal polish.
As you all small talk with Paisley, we'll push forward as you hear the front door open and not slam shut, but like it's a heavy door, so it makes a loud latch sound when it closes. Paisley, dear, I'm home. Where are you? And here. And you hear some loud echoing footsteps. I need to turn this music up all of a sudden again.
I think it's just on the loop.
There you go.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. As you all see a new figure enter
Oh.
the parlor. You recognize the music now, Will?
Yeah.
You see a rather tall, well-dressed man with a top hat and a coat with a cane, nice spectacles, as he takes them off and puts them in his lapel pocket. Ah, we have guests, I see. Evening. Well, no, afternoon, everyone. Hard to tell the difference sometimes here.
Fair. Very
Ah,
fair.
I see some familiar faces here, and some new ones. Greetings. So he takes his hat off and bows to you all. I am Dr. Albert Dragomir, the chief warden here of Moonward.
Good to see you again, Doc.
Doc?
Nice to see you all again too. And I see some new faces. Ah, and a familiar one. Greetings, young Emil.
Hey, Godfather.
You're looking a tad
Oh.
greener than usual.
Yeah. Do you think you can figure this out? My dad has been trying his hardest to fix this, and, well, it's not working.
I can tell. Quite a speedy visit, though. He informed us that you had become ill, and that's why he was so, a little flighty recently. I wasn't expecting him to send you my way so soon.
He didn't.
Yeah, I snuck out.
Oh, my. Daring in your teenage years, aren't you?
Daring
him?
today, aren't we?
As you see him,
I'd rather not think about it like that.
you see him hang up his hat and his cane and his coat. He's just dressed like, in his really, really well-pressed shirt, his very decorative vest with a cravat and, little, it's like a brooch, to tie it shut. I see. Miss Paisley has brought down my medical bag. That's a good girl. She smiles. Now, if I may, well, before my manners, please, you introduce me to your other friends here, as he points to Fran and Juju.
Yeah. Would you all like to introduce yourselves, though?
I bow to his what is he exactly? A professor?
He is a doctor. He's you notice on the among the trinkets on the wall, there were like 2 degrees. One was like a doctor, like a medical doctor, and the other one is like a doctor in like a field of research of necromancy. But he introduced himself as Dr. Albert Dragomir.
I bowed to him. I said, "Evening and good day, my lordship, Mr. Professor, sir. I am Francisco Bruno of the Caesar Perone."
I see. Not many times you see many Tritons on land these days.
Yes. The pleasure is all mine, I'm sure.
And Fran, you can tell this man is a vampire, like through and through.
Yeah.
And you, my diminutive friend?
Juju Bravamornso. I'm from Ondamount in the Black Sector.
A Drac boy, I see. Imagine you all both are from the academy as well?
Yes. Can I just say, your home here feels strangely like home and yet not. This is actually my second time being here.
Well, we like our little creep factor, don't we?
Doc.
Well, where I come from, this isn't really creepy, but okay. As he just sort of like pantomimes his face paint.
Alright, now if I may, as he gets down and kneels down to Emil, what seems to be the trouble as he does start like, not poking and prodding, but like, as a doctor examining like Emil's face?
You see, he kind of like pauses for a moment because he realizes that it's like, yeah, he's sick, but then he's like, oh, right. My dad never really told the good doctor about what Emil actually is, so he's trying to figure out a way to weasel his way out of not having to reveal his identity, as he says, so I think I might be poisoned? Something metallic?
Well, I could
I'm
smell
not
that.
sure.
I could smell that as I walked through the door, my lad.
Yeah, so did she over there.
Yeah, meanwhile, Cruda's trying his hardest not to just like break poker face on that and just like tilt his head at Emil. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
See,
there's a very obvious look of, okay, what was your plan here, Emil?
Yeah.
You see Albert pull out, a little notepad. He starts writing down notes of what Emil's saying. He's like, "Tell me, Emil, have you ever actually been to a doctor?"
You see Emil immediately sort of like grow stiff. You think for a second he just suddenly died right then and there, like the rigor mortis kicked in. But you see his face is like, oh fuck. I mean, my dad takes care of me.
Yes, but your father is an alchemist, not a doctor. Are you telling me, in the 18 years you've been alive, you have never been taken to a doctor?
What happens if I say yes?
Then I will have some stern words with your father next time we meet.
Well, to be...
You see him like kind of like get a little monstrous in the face, and he's like, "Oh, Finny, we will have words."
Well, to be honest, Emil here, who seems to be on a streak of a rebellious phase. His father was actually trying to help with this very situation, but Emil was admittedly a little too tired to take his medicine, and unfortunately, it didn't take.
You see him raise a brow. I see.
To put it in nicer terms, my dad has been trying to fight fire with fire, but I don't think it's putting out any fires.
I mean, I can tell. As he like examines Emil's face, as he like rakes a gloved hand across the side and pulls it back, and it's like drenched in sweat already. Ugh, goodness. As he looks to you all, I'd rather examine him privately, but I get the feeling you all are here for more than just moral support. May I take a blood sample, Emil?
Do you really need that?
You haven't been to a doctor in your entire life. Yes, I need to.
You're not gonna bite my neck or anything, are you?
Emil.
Oh, come on now.
I know, if anywhere I'd bite your wrist, but no, I have tools for this. I mean, unless you'd like me to do a demonstration.
And you're not gonna turn me if you do that.
Heavens, no. I'd have to drain all your blood, then cut my hand and give you some of my blood to turn you.
Is that how that works?
Apparently.
Huh.
And we don't have time for that, so...
Right, yeah, sorry.
Well, I guess it will help me, then fine. As he sort of like pulls up the sleeve on his like cloak, and you can kind of tell that he's still in his pajamas, just like with look, it's hiding everything. He didn't have the energy to change.
You didn't even get dressed. Oh boy. We will have words, Phineas.
Okay, that part isn't his fault. I kind of just snuck out on my own to get here.
Very well. Now watch closely, everyone. Not every day you get to see a vampire use their fangs. At least not in a deadly way. As he pulls up Emil's sleeve even further, and you see him go, and his fangs extend, as he gently bites into Emil's arm. And Emil does wince in pain, but after a moment, you see the doctor open his mouth and come off the arm, and swirl his hand around as blood begins to more or less like water bend out of the puncture wounds.
Oh, that feels cold.
as he pulls out a vial and it starts draining into it.
Traylon
Right.
wants to see his reaction to the taste of it.
Roll me an insight check.
Why does it tastes a lot more like pennies than it should.
What are pennies?
Copper. 12 perception. There was definitely like a
It's a weird flavor.
but you know, it was only for a moment. It was just like make the puncture. As you know, he definitely feels one vial, and you know, now this may be a little unnerving, but it will help you heal faster. As he licks the puncture wounds, and you see the wounds begin to close slowly. Ah, yes,
You can hear like a fizzing noise as it's closing.
a little bit, yeah.
Think like when you put like rubbing alcohol on something.
Or like peroxide.
Yeah, hydrogen peroxide.
All right then. As he holds up the blood sample, and you see it is black. So, this is not normal.
No, you are right.
Emil. He gently puts the vial down. He kneels down again, like the boy. I have a theory, if I may. But if I also may, I may need to take another sample somewhere else, if you will.
Where do you mean where?
I won't bite this part, but I need to take a sample closer to your heart. My boy, as he puts his hands around Emil's face. I can smell the metal in you. I can smell the earth that has crafted your flesh. Please, let me see what's inside.
Okay, I guess we're going there.
I mean, isn't Doc here your godfather? Didn't you say?
I mean,
Unofficially,
yeah.
but
Well,
That's
then
not a lot
I
of
feel
time.
like if anyone is going to know this, it shall be him.
Yeah.
He just sort of like looks at Dragomir, kind of defeated, and he goes, "Was it really that easy?"
my boy, I am 350 years old. I've seen a lot of things in my time.
You see him just go like, as he just like fully takes off the cloak and just like pulls up his shirt and he goes, "There, okay, you got me."
He unbuttons his pajamas and just flings them open dramatically.
Look at me, damn it! Look at me!
God.
Paisley has to cover her face, like, oh my.
Oh my!
Oh my. Now
He has no chest hair.
she said, "Oh, he's very skinny, Doctor." Yes, he is, isn't he?
That was there before this.
Oh no, I've always been skinny.
Yeah.
I see. Because he obviously zeroes in on the magic arcane engine tattoo on his stomach. So this is how it works.
Allegedly, it started going bad when Emil lost contact with his father and was not getting his proper minerals.
And when you say lose contact, do you mean?
Yes, Doctor. It is exactly how you think it is.
So your father had a psychic link with you, like any homunculus.
Half homunculus, but yes.
You know, I always had my suspicions. I just never could get to prove it. Maybe that's why he never brought you over.
I mean, you and just about everyone else. I feel like every person we've talked to about this had a suspicion.
Well, go ahead.
Well, you see, my dear Traylon, Phineas never took a wife, never has courted anyone to public knowledge, and never really seemed interested in such things. So to have him suddenly announce that he had a child was a shock, and definitely started a lot of rumors from everywhere, from anything from, from like a secret lover in Kasharin or Radiara to he grew his own clone. I see that theory was a tiny bit more accurate.
Oh my god, Emil, your father is so... I don't want to say it because it's a little insulting for a guy, but what the fuck?
So, like, real quick, you guys.
Yeah.
I know you two have heard me like declare this ad nauseum, but just Crudes just massaging his brow, just like, I hate political secrets. I absolutely can't stand them. We're supposed to be coming together because of the fucking voice in the sky, and y'all want to fucking keep your secrets.
Well, my green diminutive friend, perhaps that wasn't too far off from what the goal was for sending Emil to the academy. For the first time in his life, he's been away from his father's influence, at least partially.
Yeah.
You lost contact. Was this after the scream?
Yes, sir. About maybe several weeks after.
I see. Alright. Let's take that sample, shall we? As he reaches into his bag. And you see, like, it goes deeper down than it probably should, like a Mary Poppins bag.
Yeah.
Okay, so, how deep is this gonna go? You're not gonna accidentally stake me, are you?
Goodness, my boy. I have steadier hands than that, as he just goes for it.
Ring one.
Hey man, beep.
But the needle isn't very large. It just hits like a vein, actually an artery, closer to the heart. Emil does feel, a puncture. And it slowly fills up with bright red blood.
Internally, he can hear, because of his hearing, he can hear Emil muttering, "Oh, please come out faster, come out faster, come out faster. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this."
As he extracts the syringe and puts some gauze on there, like a more traditional, like, bandage type situation. You see him examine the big red vial, the vial of red blood. And you see him stick his tongue out and pour a drop onto it. Interesting. He looks at Emil right in the eyes. If you weren't feeling so bad right now, Emil, what would you be doing?
Well, before I got sick, I was in the middle of setting up something with the House Leader Club. You probably don't know how the Academy works, so I'm a House Leader along with 8 other people from the other nations, and, we sort of like co-run the different houses at the Academy, but I set up an extracurricular club where, like, the rest of us just get together and do activities. I usually come up with all the plans.
I have a theory, then. As he actually gets up and sits down in the other big red armchair across the table. You see him cross his legs and like kind of do like the finger steepling thing. Forgive me for asking this, Emil, but before you left to the academy, did you have any contact outside?
With the exception of having to see you and the others, wardens, when I had to go to the public meetings, Not with people. I mean, my dad has other golems around the house, but I just tended to myself and read a lot of books and learned a lot of languages.
But you were still not around anyone else.
Other than my dad, no.
He turns to you all, the party, and in the time you've known Emil, has he been more of a social butterfly at the academy?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Well, if anything, he needs to get out of his shell more, interact with others, needs extracurricular activities, I suppose.
I mean, has experience enough in like contact with other people as much of a normal student. Additionally, he has gone on other missions as per the academy's curriculum. So he's traveled a bit, but as for his personal life, he just kind of seems kind of like me. He just kind of tends to himself, as far as I'm aware.
But you do have friends, and you do hang out with them. You do socialize and gallivant around and have fun.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah, I do that.
Do you believe, by chance, because of your contact with other humanoids, you may be becoming more human yourself?
Oh, wait, you mean I'm becoming less homunculus?
I mean, it's possible.
But how is that possible? And he looks down to his stomach. I still have this. I still have all of my transmutation natural ability.
Well, yes, but the ability to shift your form isn't exclusive to artificial beings. Like a green friend here. Not you, Emil, this green friend.
I mean,
He's a druid. They can change their shape into animals.
Yeah.
So you can keep your abilities, but it's difficult to say. As far as I know, in my long years, there's never been another being like you. So this is all quite new territory, but if you spend 18 years locked in a tower, only with minimal contact with the outside, and all of a sudden, for the last few months, you've been spending around a lot more, not to say rude, but living people with lives and, you know, personalities, and you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I just don't understand how scientifically this makes sense.
Well, may I borrow you three for a demonstration?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I won't bite you all, I swear. But I may need to use a tool. As he gets up and finds, and he goes to like the trinket shelf and roots around and finds something. Ah, here it is. You see him pull out, like, it looks like, honestly, just like a pinwheel. Like a little children's pinwheel, but it's obviously made out of like metal versus like flimsy plastic. I need all three of you to blow into this real quick.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. No.
God damn it! No, not like that. Not that much, Brandon.
It just
Whoever that was,
explode.
I don't know.
But yeah, as you three blow into the pinwheel, you see it glows green, and like there's like little energy just like flowing off of it. To put this in layman's terms, this is the breath of someone alive, essentially. Now, Miss Paisley, dear, as he holds it out to her and she blows into it, and you see the metal turns black. This is the breath of someone who is undead. And now you, Mr. Emil.
Alright. And he goes ahead and blows, just weakly because he's sick.
And it
Nothing.
does. It does spin for a little bit, and you see it's mostly like a copper-ish color, but it is also like shifting towards green at like the edges.
Oh, because it's oxidizing. Yeah.
Ah.
Because
I thought there'd
copper,
be
when it
more.
oxidizes, turns green.
But anyways, so Emil, as you have said before, you can change your shape and your appearance through your own innate transmutation magics. Do you believe, perhaps, that you are doing this to yourself?
You mean I'm subconsciously making myself less homunculus?
Well, no. But your body is noticing a change, and it doesn't know how to process that. So it sticks to what it knows, which is the homunculi part of it.
So you're saying all the metals that my dad had been whipping up, they haven't been working because my body doesn't recognize them as medicinal anymore, and that would mean that, and he sort of like kind of has like a whoa, oh shit moment.
Yeah.
I'm accidentally being metal poisoned.
Oh. Yeah, but I mean that also kind of has like a bit of a good connotation to it as well. He just kind of eyebrow wiggles at him, just like, you know, you're smart. Put the 2 and 2 together.
So,
again,
Mhm. Well, that would explain why everything felt so painful, and my dad's attempts at trying to regulate the mineral content in my body hurt like crazy.
Yeah.
So, from this cursory glance at my test, it seems like you don't want to be treated like a homunculus anymore.
Hey, Crudes, you got
Yeah.
greater restoration prepared?
I mean, yeah, I tried that earlier, but I'm not sure what else is gonna do. But I guess like now that we know a potential root of the problem, maybe that'll actually do something now.
Well-
Sure, I can give it a shot.
How about this? You cast your spell, as he points to Crudes,
Okay.
and you, Emil, imagine what you looked like before you turned green.
Oh, okay, that's easy. I
And
didn't
as,
change much.
and as the spell, you feel the spell hit you, try to shift back to that.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Relax, take a breath. You got
Now I'm going to step back, because that will hurt me if it touches me.
this.
Paisley, dear, she's already behind the chair.
Alright, everybody, clear the. All our undead friends clear the blast radius.
I like to imagine she's already like reflexively giving like the cat hiss
No,
to
she's
divine magic.
no,
No,
she's just she knows the proper protocols.
It's like,
Alright.
she lived with that for a couple of months. She knows what to do.
Yeah.
Also, this should be a much more pleasant experience for all of us, considering I'm not doing this while tapped.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you see Emil sort of like close his eyes, furrow his brow, immediately trying to like concentrate. It's like look like normal, look like normal.
Don't force it.
Relax, Emil. You got this.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a percentile die for him.
Oh,
Oh my!
How bad does he want it?
how bad you want it? How bad are you not forcing it?
You gotta dig deep.
you see Crudes's spell go off, the divine radiance seep into Emil's skin with like a slight sizzle, but not like, rejection sizzle. And you see Emil chanting that under his breath before he finally relaxes a bit and takes a few deep breaths. And as he takes each deep breath, you see the green begin to fade back into his normal flesh tone, beginning at his fingers and then his ears. And with each breath, it does slowly begin to inch backwards until it stops just past his wrists, and like his cheeks and like his eyes are a normal color again.
But the rest of his skin is still green.
Yeah, he's still green. Well, I'd say maybe like the part around like he's still shirtless. The part around his heart, the part of his chest, is actually turning back to flesh tone.
Oh, yeah.
What about his hair?
What color was his hair? Was it also green?
No, it was white. It's
He had
normally blonde.
I had blonde hair before, so maybe it's like got a little bit of its color back.
Alright.
Alright.
So,
See,
essentially, this entire time, you thought you were sick, and at the same time, you were poisoning your human half.
you were making yourself sick.
Oh. I
At least
I
that's
don't
the
know how to
theory.
process that.
Yeah.
But, and he sort of like raises his hands, but it's working. I think it actually is working.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Look, man, it just kind of shows him the star globe to just be like, hey, look in the reflection, because I don't have a mirror on hand.
I have one.
Why would you need... Never mind.
It's a hand mirror.
Still, why would you need...
It looks pretty. Look at it. Look at this decorative. It's 200 years old.
Yeah,
from like an
but
old
don't-
from a Radiaran princess and everything.
Also, I
seriously?
like to imagine that like vampires would still have a use for a hand mirror, because if it doesn't hit the reflection, then it's basically like a backwards camera.
All right.
Yeah, Emil takes the hand mirror and it does show the changes that have been made. Alright.
Oh. I guess I feel a lot better right now. I'm not coughing.
That's good.
You sound better too. You have more energy in your voice.
So, I guess what happens now? I can't imagine we just have Kritas keep doing that.
At this point, it's simply going to have to be a matter of mind over matter. You have control over your body, Emil. And so, you need to effectively remove this placebo effect that you have over yourself and just will yourself better.
I fear our time may be up, friends. As you see the doctor look towards the front door.
Uh-oh.
We have guests.
Yeah.
As
Well,
you hear
hey.
the door start banging.
Krita's like, hey,
who
well,
goes there? Oh shit!
progress has been tonk, tonk, tonk.
Albert! Albert, open this door! Albert! As you hear Grand Alchemist Finn on the other side shouting. I know he's in there, Albert! Open this damn door!
I know who you are.
I know what you are.
Well,
Yes,
Emil,
yes, Finn. Everybody here does.
You see Emil's skin go a little bit more green as he hears that.
Emil, come on.
come on.
Come on.
Come on.
You got this, man. Relax. It's gonna be fine.
Remember what we talked about in my dream that you fixed up for me.
What?
Yeah,
Come on.
Wait, what?
his idea, not mine.
Okay, good. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry to cut it there, but that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
All right. Sounds good.
Sorry, it's mostly a talking session, but it's fun to revisit old characters that I adore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we just gotta hype up Emil to, like, tell his dad to go fuck off.
or,
Nicely.
or gently let him find his own path. But yeah,
Yeah.
we shall end it there. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.